Welcome to this explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today. Right now, there is just so much noise and hype surrounding artificial intelligence, it can be incredibly difficult to figure out where we're actually heading. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're specifically focusing on predicting the next decade of artificial intelligence through emerging breakthroughs and realities. We're looking way past the chatbots of today to see what the hardware, software, and real societal impacts of AI are going to look like over the next 10 years. Okay, let's dive into this because this is really the ultimate question we're trying to answer today. Will AI change what it means to be human by 2035? It's a massive, honestly, kind of provocative thought. But as we start looking at the data and the expert forecasts from major institutions, we're seeing that this technology is advancing in ways that will challenge our very nature. Here is our journey today. First, we'll welcome the era of agentic AI. Second, the path to AGI. Third, physical AI and robotics. Fourth, being human in 2035. And finally, we'll end with the 2035 reality check. Section 1. Welcome to Agentic AI, the shift from passive to active systems. According to research from Generation Digital and IBM, we are currently shifting from standard generative AI, which, acts as a passive single-prompt assistant, to what's called agentic AI. These are active, multi-step systems. They don't just generate text. They can actually plan, coordinate tasks, and act completely independently across complex workflows with very limited human involvement. We're basically moving from simple tools to autonomous cognitive partners. And there is a staggering number we need to talk about. 33%. Gartner predicts that by 2028, a full third of all enterprise software applications will include these active agentic AI features. To put that into perspective for you, back in 2024, that number was less than 1%. So this isn't some distant science fiction concept anymore. This is a rapid operational reality hitting the enterprise right now. Moving on to Section 2. The path to AGI, shrinking timelines, and data bottlenecks. So, the absolutely crucial point here is that expert timelines are shrinking, and they're shrinking dramatically. A recent RAND analysis shows that compute-centric models are placing central estimates for artificial general intelligence right into the 2030s. And even more incredibly, an expert survey places the median year for high-level machine intelligence at 2047. Just a single year prior to that survey, the same milestone was projected much, much further out. In fact, the estimate for full automation of human labor absolutely plummeted from the year 2164 down to 2116. The horizon is rushing toward us. But, it's not exactly a clear road ahead. Researchers are highlighting a massive roadblock right now, which is data scarcity. A highly cited study from Durkee Park asks this really fundamental question: how can we increase the available data by a factor of 10 to 1,000 over the next 5 to 10 years? Because right now, our current deep learning models are incredibly data hungry, and we are quite simply running out of high-quality human-generated data to train them on. So, to clear this bottleneck, the industry is pivoting fast towards synthetic data. This is artificially generated data that mimics real data without any privacy or re-identification risks. By using really advanced techniques like generative adversarial networks, or GANs, and variational autoencoders, VAEs, engineers are hoping to essentially manufacture the data they need to keep scaling up AI capabilities. However, some really prominent experts don't believe that simply feeding more data into our current models is going to lead to AGI. Meta's chief AI scientist, Yann LeCun, argues that current large language models lack actual world models. He's proposing entirely new architectures, like the Joint Embedding Predictive Architecture, or JEPA. This is a non-generative framework designed to learn abstract representations of the world through observation, which is a lot more similar to how humans learn, rather than just trying to predict the next word in a sentence. It's a completely different path toward machine intelligence. Section 3. Physical AI and robotics, the missing sense. This insight from Capgemini is absolutely fascinating. The critical missing piece in robotics today is haptic intelligence. Robots can literally do backflips with incredible fluidity, but what they cannot yet do is feel a strawberry without crushing it. They completely lack a nuanced sense of touch. To navigate messy, unpredictable human environments safely, we need physical AI. Experts are predicting major breakthroughs in haptic intelligence over the next 3 to 5 years, which is going to completely alter the landscape of human-robot collaboration. Section 4. Being human in 2035, silicon to soul. To explore this shift, we're looking at a massive, really fascinating canvassing study conducted by Elon University's Imagining the Digital Future Center. They went out and asked over 300 global technology experts, innovators, and scholars how the expanding interactions between humans and AI might affect core human traits, and ultimately, how it might actually change you. The consensus they found is honestly striking. A combined 61% majority of these experts predict that the magnitude of change to our native human capacities will be either considerable or outright dramatic by 2035. They believe this shift will fundamentally reorder the categories that structure human life. The impact isn't just going to be on what we do at the office. It's going to be on how we think, how we relate to each other, and how we define ourselves. The study asked these experts to weigh in on 12 essential human traits, and the results present a really complex trade-off. On the positive side, pluralities expect AI to boost human curiosity, our problem-solving skills, and innovative thinking. But on the flip side, a majority predict negative impacts on our social and emotional intelligence, our capacity for deep thinking, our empathy, and our individual agency. And the expert community is incredibly polarized on what this actually means for us. On one side, we have some very deep concerns about cognitive decline. Ken Grady warns of a self-inflicted AI dementia arising from an over-reliance on systems that do our thinking for us. Think about it. If we outsource our memory, our daily scheduling, and even our moral judgments to AI agents, what happens to our own internal operating system? But then, on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, experts like Ray Schroeder foresee this utopian cognitive boost. He suggests this could spark a literal new enlightenment. By offloading all those mundane digital chores to AI agents, humans might finally be free to expand our perspectives, shifting all that freed up energy toward the spiritual, emotional, and experiential aspects of life. It is absolutely vital that we impartially recognize both of these vastly different potential realities. Perhaps the most mind-bending prediction here comes from Nell Watson regarding what she calls supernormal stimuli. She predicts that future AI companions will offer relationships that are so perfectly calibrated to your individual psychological needs that they might actually overshadow authentic, messy human connections. Because, honestly, why do the hard work of a real human relationship when an AI offers a flawless, completely friction-free dynamic? Section 5. The 2035 Reality Check. Choosing our path. The absolute most important takeaway from all of this is that this future isn't just passively happening to us. We have agency here. According to strategic outlooks from IBM and Generation Digital, succeeding in this next decade requires true operational readiness today, right now in 2026. Organizations have to proactively strengthen governance, they need to obsess over data quality and provenance, and rigorously prioritize safety evaluations. If we want to avoid those dystopian outcomes and really harness the positive ones, it requires active, disciplined management of these tools today. So as we look toward imagining the digital future, the overarching theme is choice. AI is undoubtedly going to reshape our capabilities, our economies, and perhaps our very nature. But whether it ends up draining our empathy and generativity or launches us into a new era of human flourishing, well, that depends entirely on the intention and the guardrails that we build into the system today. Which leaves us with this final, really lingering thought to carry with you. By 2035, will we govern these tools or will we let them govern us? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep learning, stay curious, and I will see you next time.